soon as I saw this video, I was like, yup. Look, she say, woo. Look, he kissed her in the corner of the mouth. Boom, she hot and bothered.
A huge victory for Jay-Z and Diddy, actually, as a lawsuit has been dropped against them. This was a lawsuit that got a lot of headlines because you remember this was filed back in December. The accuser said she was just 13 at the time that, as she put it, Diddy and Jay-Z raped her at a VMA after party back in 2000. Well, that lawsuit is no more. She voluntarily filed to dismiss it today without prejudice, filed those documents in federal court, and that means without prejudice. That part means that it cannot be refiled. There was no settlement here. This was her going in and dropping the case. You remember there had been all sorts of holes in her story that came out after she filed this lawsuit. As you might imagine, Jay-Z is thrilled with the victory, but is also really pissed he even had to go through this. He gave us a statement saying that the fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. And then there is this. Remember, Tony Buzbee was the lawyer who filed this lawsuit for the plaintiff, who filed anonymously. He is the guy who's filed dozens at this point of cases against Diddy, and Jay-Z had a shot for him, saying this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. He goes on to say that obviously the courts need to protect victims. He fully believes that and supports that, but he says they also need to protect innocent people from getting accused of things like this when it is so damaging. So a major victory for Jay-Z and Diddy in this false rape allegation. It has now been dismissed.
NBC, that was nasty work. That was nasty work. Whoever set up that interview with Jay-Z's accuser and NBC, you did your big one with that one. You did your big one because I know that played a huge role in the case getting dismissed. And listen, no shade, because real victims honestly do exist, and it's no shade to the real victims out there. And this woman might be a real victim, but all I'm going to say is your story, it wasn't adding up. The timeline, you didn't have nobody look over the timeline first to give you a little script to rehearse before you got on the phone, because it did not make sense. And I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. And I don't understand why, as an attorney, you would even let your client go on an interview with NBC. Either you did not properly investigate the claims, or you didn't properly follow up on the leads. I honestly don't know which is worse, because all of that should have been done before you filed a lawsuit of this level against a grown man with children. You should have vetted these claims. Like, strike one. She said that her dad drove her to the location where it happened. Her dad said he doesn't remember. Strike one. She said she talked to people at the party, but it's been documented that the people who she said were there were not there. Baby, that's strike two. There was one person, I guess, at least one person who could have corroborated her claims, and that person is deceased. Strike three. I'm sorry. I'm giving it a strike three, okay? So why even file the lawsuit? If you believed her, and you might have if you believed her, but I don't know. Some people are saying that, oh, well, maybe she called the law firm, or maybe she called NBC without getting permission from her lawyer. That's true, right? People assume that you need permission to pick up the phone and call NBC or do an interview with these media outlets from your lawyer. No, you can pick up the phone and answer anytime. That was a grown woman. I like to believe, hopefully, that she did the interview against her attorney's will, because ain't no way. I think she did the interview without her attorney being in on it, and that's where the case fell apart. But Tony Buzbee, the lawyer for the accuser, says that another lawyer vetted the case before handing it off to him. But honestly, you have to really, I feel like you just have to use a little bit more of the brain, of the noggin, right? Because if an attorney vets this case, and it's against Jay-Z, who obviously is a mogul, who obviously has a check that can be cut, a big check that could be cut, potentially, you're not going to give that case up. Why would you give up a case like that? Why would you give up a payday like that if you felt that the case was decent, had some standing behind it? Nobody gives up a slam dunk in that way. So I don't understand. The case has now been dismissed, and honestly, that's probably the right choice.
Jay-Z just issued a statement following his essay allegation lawsuit finally being dropped. This is what he had to say. Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Sean Jay-Z Carter. Did y'all even believe this lawsuit was real in the first place? Let me know.
Why are y'all so quiet right now? Y'all was so loud and so wrong a couple of months ago. This MF needs to be disbarred. End of story. And I love the fact that Jay-Z stood on business. Why y'all hate the Carters so bad? I mean, y'all was doing long-ass think pieces. I know it was a whole lot of time in editing going into bullshit. As loud as you were with trying to tear this man down, you need to be just as loud with retracting your statement. It is the responsible thing to do. You annoying mother effers.
Jay-Z lost to Nas. That man won 5 Grammys off that. But he won from you think he a bigger artist than Drake? No. So why does it matter? You lost a rap battle. That's like LeBron James losing the NBA Finals. You be cool next year. You be back. Even with him, even if you look at the streams now,
yes,
right? Even with him winning 5 Grammys, his streams, they still don't match Drake's streams.
Yeah, Drake just did 1 billion. 1 billion, he's the quickest to do 1 billion streams on this new thing.
So at the end of the day, Kendrick's great, Drake's great. This is a rap battle, man.
Ego got a little bruised though, man. Dang. You ain't have to do it like that.
Let me just tell you something. That's all in Drake's mind then.
Okay.
You can't bruise my...
So I need everybody that was a part of the She Knows and the whole like Jay-Z's guilty situation to come to the front. Because now that Jay-Z has been vindicated and the lawsuit against him and that 13-year-old disabled girl has been dismissed, he is now filing a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee. I read the declaration that Jay just put out, and honestly, it's heartbreaking. Like, it's sad. It's sad. And I don't want to hear anything about celebrity worship. I could care fucking less. Like, I don't care. At the end of the day, these people are human, and they have a right to privacy, and they have a right to respect. You don't have to respect the way that they got their money. You don't have to respect the fact that he's a black billionaire that you don't deem attractive or beautiful or whatever. You don't have to respect the fact that he's ugly to you, but married to one of the most beautiful women in the world. You cannot go around lying on people's name, accusing them of salacious crimes that they never ever committed. The fact that Jay had to decide on the eve of his daughter's first movie premiere whether he would attend or not, and Disney telling him, well, we don't think it's a good idea for you to attend, is sad as hell. Like, it's sad. It's disgusting. When you know that you didn't do anything wrong, when you know that lawsuit is completely false and it's not true. Reading through the declaration and him saying that he and Beyonce's relationship was compromised because of this situation is sad as hell. Like, it's sad. The fact that Beyonce had to decide like whether to stand by this man who she's been with for over 20 years or to listen to the public, the psychics, this lion-ass racist lawyer, right, as to whether or not her man was guilty of raping a 13-year-old, I hope that man loses his license. But my bigger issue is with the black community. Like, I don't care what white people think. I'll say it again. I don't care what white people think. But the fact that black people in our community, we jump to any and every lie that's ever put out needs to be studied. Instead of coming together as a race, we just want to tear each other up. And reading through Sean's freaking declaration just shows that he was scared for his life. He said people were trying to kill him. They wanted to take him and his wife out. It's all in the declaration. He was nervous. He was afraid for his children. All because y'all believed a freaking racist, lying lawyer. But my main issue is with the Black community. Like, we have got to stop. I don't know if y'all pay attention to other races, nationalities, ethnicities. They stick by their people. We're the only people that don't. I know Diddy is guilty of abuse. Like, that's 100%. But a lot of this stuff that he's being accused of has me wondering, like, did he really do that stuff that Tony Buzbee is claiming that he did? I don't think so. And furthermore, I think we just need to do better. Like, it's embarrassing as a race. It's embarrassing as grown adults that we are so desperate for a Black person who is a billionaire or a millionaire or a thousandaire. It doesn't matter. We're so desperate for these people to go down. We don't even know who they are. Jay was so innocent of this crime, but yet he lost millions, like upward of $20 million a year because of Tony Buzbee accusing him of such disgusting acts. We got to do better.